They call it love. But is it? This question echoes inside anyone who lives with a narcissist, because in the beginning, everything feels powerful, intense, almost magical. It feels like destiny, like something meant to be. But slowly, something shifts. What once felt like love begins to turn into confusion, into insecurity, into a pain you can't explain but you feel deeply. Today, we're going to look at this with clarity and honesty, because understanding what a narcissist truly feels changes everything. Narcissists don't build emotional bonds. They build connections of use. Their version of love depends on what you give, not on who you are. That's why their love is not about connection. It's about control, validation, emotional supply. During the idealization phase, they place you on a pedestal. They make you feel special, unique, essential. And that part feels like love. It feels like devotion. It feels real. But what's actually happening is projection. They project the perfect version they need you to be. A version that praises them, supports them, feeds them emotionally. Their love has an expiration date. It lasts only while you fit their script. When you show your needs, your boundaries, your identity, the magic begins to fade. And then comes the hardest question of all. If someone only loves you when you disappear into them, is that really love? Narcissists feel attachment. They feel desire. They feel need. But they cannot feel love in the adult emotional sense. Not empathy. Not reciprocity. Not vulnerability. Not true connection. To them, the relationship is a mirror. And when the mirror stops shining, they withdraw. Or punish. Or shift unpredictably between affection and coldness, trapping you emotionally. Soon, you begin to believe that love must be fought for. That pain means depth. That uncertainty means passion. But that was never love. And it never was. After so long trying to hold the emotional balance in the relationship, you begin to carry a guilt that was never yours. The guilt of not being able to save someone who survives off your stability. The narcissist grows dependent on your peace. And when you get tired, when you try to prioritize yourself, when you finally look for a moment of silence, they feel it as abandonment, as betrayal, as the loss of control. And then the reactions begin. The anger, the coldness, the emotional manipulation, the punishing silence, all designed to push you back into the place where your peace belongs, in their hands. This is the cycle. They drain you, then blame you for being empty. They steal your calm, then call you oversensitive. They break your spirit, then tell you that you are the difficult one. But there is something even deeper here. Narcissists cannot tolerate their own quiet. They cannot face their own mind without someone to absorb the chaos inside them. That is why your peace becomes their fuel. And it explains why you never get to rest. Your rest means they must return to their own inner darkness. And to them, that is unbearable. And you begin to lose yourself trying to be the cure for someone who refuses to heal. You sacrifice your emotional health to stabilize someone who never stabilizes themselves. You give love to someone who only knows how to take. And the more you try, the more you fracture. The cost of sustaining someone else's chaos is the silent loss of your own identity. And that loss hurts more than any argument, any silence, any abandonment. But here is the truth. You can reclaim what you lost. Your peace still exists. It has only been trapped in a place where it never belonged. There comes a moment when everything becomes clear, when you finally see that you were never loved for who you are, but for what you give, for what you carry, for the peace you offer without hesitation. Accepting this truth is painful, but it is also the beginning of your freedom. Because once you understand that your value is not measured by what you endure, but by what you feel, love, and embody, something inside you begins to awaken. Your light didn't disappear. It was only dimmed by someone who learned to live off your brightness. And here is the truth that changes everything. When you stop offering your peace, the narcissist loses their fuel. But you finally return to yourself. At first it feels frightening. Fear, guilt, doubt. Because they will try to pull you back into the cycle. They will tell you that you are cold, that you changed, that you're ungrateful, that you are the problem. But now, you see the truth. And the truth is simple. You were not created to be someone's emotional backbone. You were not created to heal wounds that are not yours. You were not created to be the fuel for another soul. You were created to live in peace, to love in a healthy way, to be whole, not drained, to be honored, not used. And when you take your first step away, you feel something you haven't felt in a long time. Silence, clarity, breath, space. Do not fear that space. That space is healing. That space is freedom. That space is the beginning of your new life. The peace that once fueled someone else finally returns to you.